You look at it and think, no way that's yarn. It must be porcelain, or carved wood, or something 3D printed by a futuristic machine that hums in a spotless studio. But no, it's just a hook, some yarn, and hands that know how to turn loops into magic. Let me tell you about crochet ideas so beautiful they don't look real. Pieces that blur the line between craft and wonder. In a quiet apartment overlooking a gray street, a woman named Elena began crocheting flowers during a long winter. At first, they were simple roses. Then she discovered patterns inspired by the intricate botanicals of Anna Atkins and the romantic detail of William Morris. She studied the way petals overlapped in nature, how stems curved under weight, how light filtered through translucent edges. She switched from standard acrylic yarn to fine cotton thread, then to silk blends, then to metallic embroidery strands woven into lace-weight fibers. Her peonies had ruffled edges that trembled in the slightest breeze. Her orchids curved with architectural precision. Her lavender stood in delicate, trembling clusters. When visitors entered her apartment, they reached out to water them. They gasped when their fingers met thread. Some crochet flowers are charming, but these looked like they had grown overnight in moonlight. The secret wasn't just skill, it was dimension. She used layered petals, surface crochet veins, wired stems hidden in I-cord, and shading created by blending two strands of slightly different tones. The result felt botanical and impossible at once. You've seen blankets, granny squares, chunky throws, cozy things. But then there are blankets so ethereal, they look like frost on a window pane. One particular designer became famous for lacework inspired by the stained glass of Sagrada Familia and the delicate arches of Alhambra. Instead of heavy yarn, she chose cobweb-weight merino. She worked intricate mandalas that radiated outward in cathedral-like geometry. Popcorn stitches rose like sculpted stone. Chain spaces formed windows. When laid across a bed, the blanket barely touched the surface. It draped like vapor. Sunlight poured through it, casting patterns across the wall. People would whisper, "Is that lace?" Technically, yes, but it felt more like frozen light. The beauty of crochet at that level is architectural. It is tension control so precise that every stitch sits obediently in place. It is blocking that transforms chaos into symmetry. It is patience measured not in hours, but in devotion. If you've ever seen basic amigurumi, you know they can be cute, but some artists elevate them into something almost alive. There was once a crocheter who adored the storytelling depth of Hayao Miyazaki and the emotional texture of Avatar: The Last Airbender. She didn't just crochet animals, she built characters. A fox with one ear bent, wearing a moss-green cloak with embroidered constellations. A tiny dragon with translucent wings made from layered tulle and thread. A whale no larger than your palm, its belly stitched with gradients so subtle they resembled watercolor. Her secret was micro-stitching. She used a 1.5mm hook and embroidery floss. She sculpted faces with invisible increases and decreases. She needle sculpted cheeks and added glass eyes with pinpoint highlights. When photographed, they looked animated. When held, they felt warm. People didn't ask for a stuffed toy. They asked for names, backstories, personalities. Crochet became character design. There are crochet garments, and then there are pieces that look like they belong in a museum. One designer created a gown inspired by the metallic fluidity of Black Panther costume design and the bold geometry of Iris van Herpen. Instead of traditional yarn, she used mercerized cotton mixed with thin wire. Yes, wire. She crocheted panels that curved outward like sculpted armor. The bodice held its shape without boning. The skirt flared in structured waves that looked molded, not stitched. Under gallery lighting, the piece shimmered. Viewers circled it slowly, trying to find seams. There were none. Every curve emerged from stitch logic, increases placed with mathematical precision, tension adjusted stitch by stitch to create sculptural volume. It didn't look handmade, it looked engineered. Have you ever seen a crochet terrarium? Imagine a wooden embroidery hoop. Inside it, a full landscape. Tiny mushrooms, no bigger than a fingernail. A fox curled under a tree root. Leaves layered with thread so thin they appear carved from jade. These pieces are inspired by storybook illustrators and the quiet magic of forests described in novels like The Secret Garden. But instead of paint, the artist uses stitches. Surface crochet becomes vines, French knots become pollen, back loop-only rows create rippling terrain. From a distance, it looks like a diorama crafted from clay. Up close, it's all loops. There's something wildly intimate about crochet miniatures. They require closeness. You must lean in. You must look carefully. They reward attention. At craft fairs, one particular booth always caused confusion. People would lean over and whisper, "Is that real?" Crocheted strawberries with tiny embroidered seeds and subtle color fade from blush to crimson. A croissant with ridges so flaky they cast shadows. Ramen bowls complete with scallions, soft-boiled eggs, and glossy noodles stitched from silky cord. These creations draw from the obsessive detail culture seen in Japanese displays and food artistry reminiscent of the visual precision in Chef's Table. The key to their realism? Texture mapping. The artist switched yarn weights within a single piece. She brushed fibers lightly to create fuzz on peach skins. She used split stitches to mimic crumb structure inside bread. People reached for wallets thinking they could eat it. One child cried when told the donut was yarn. That's when you know the illusion worked. There's an artist who experiments with fiber optics. She crochets with glow-in-the-dark yarn and embeds thin LED threads through lace shawls. Inspired by constellations mapped in astronomy texts and the cosmic imagery of Interstellar, she creates garments that shimmer at night. In daylight, they're elegant lace. In darkness, they bloom into galaxies. Stars flicker along collarbones, nebula swirl across backs. It feels less like clothing and more like wearing a night sky. The unbelievable part? It's still crochet. Still loops pulling through loops. Still the ancient rhythm of yarn and hook, now whispering in light. At an installation exhibit in Tokyo, visitors walked into a room suspended in color. From the ceiling hung enormous crocheted jellyfish, translucent, layered, and trailing tentacles that drifted with air currents. They resembled deep-sea creatures floating through invisible water. Each tentacle was made of chained loops, bead strands, and silk ribbon. The tops were constructed with radial increases so precise they formed perfect domes.